And we depart in this way, that on our tongue we are reciting the kalima at the time of death, and in the heart is the nur, the light of the kalima, and our body is free from the sins. And in our ears the good news is being delivered that Allah Ta'ala has forgiven you. And in your destiny, in your future, Allah Ta'ala has recorded paradise. These points, these sketches that I've just mentioned, they are summarized in one word, which is success at the time of death. Whoever attains these things, alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah, in the hereafter, if he gets all of these things from the time of death onward, and he gets these feelings and sights, may Allah Ta'ala give all of us this success. These are moments of acceptance. It's a good time we're sitting in at the moment, a very blessed time. So then it will be said that this person attained success. Man samata naja. These are the words of the hadith. What a great statement, what a great piece of news for a person if he accepts this hukam, if a person implements this minor statement of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, but a big guarantee of najat, salvation. You understand najat? Salvation? That's what I've just said to you in the last few minutes. Easily laughing, smiling, the person will walk into paradise. So today Allah Ta'ala has given us a chance. This hadith has come to us, it's arrived to us, it's reached to us. Just like we practice on other ahkams, orders of Allah, if we practice on this, then inshallah the doors for salvation, forgiveness will open. Do you understand what I'm saying? Very small statement. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that the person, whichever individual remains silent regularly, remains silent, he adopts silence as a habit, then he has attained salvation. Subhanallah. What a great piece of advice. Why? Because silence, what does silence mean? The tongue between our jaws. All of the sins, the root of sins, if you take the big percentage of the root of sins is due to the tongue. When we sleep, the tongue is silent, isn't it? It doesn't speak. So many sins a person is saved from during sleep. Soon as we wake up, then where do the sins emanate from? They arise from soon as the tongue waggles and moves. Then the sins start to accumulate, and they start to total up during the day. So Rasulullah ﷺ has given us a solution. Stay silent as much as possible. In the Quran, Allah Ta'ala has given us a verse that when the human being speaks and his tongue moves, then Allah says, I have made a recorder present. Soon as he speaks, the recorder, he seals those words on the tablet, on the book of deeds, the book of recordings, the book of sayings of that person. As soon as he speaks, he's recorded. When we go to the hereafter, Allah will say that on this day, at this time, you said this. You spoke to your friend, you said these words. You spoke to this person, you said these words. Just like exercise self-restraint and control. Of course, if we stay silent all day long, we can't live in the dunya. We have to live in the world, we have to use our tongue, we have to speak, we have to communicate. There are 3 levels of kalam, speech, 3 levels. One kalam, speaking of a person, is for the sake of dunya, to live and get around in the dunya. Okay, we have to do that. In which there's benefit for the dunya. How is there benefit? For example, I'm stood at my business place and I'm speaking customers, clients. I'm not swearing, I'm not abusing, I'm selling my stock. I'm speaking, I'm benefit the people who are coming to me for the wealth. Or at home, I'm speaking and I need to tell someone to go and get something, speak to a family member, and it's benefiting me worldly, or the other person. Without that, I cannot get by. So that is the kalam, which is for the dunya, living in the dunya. That doesn't come under, you have to stay silent. One is speaking for the hereafter. When we speak for the hereafter, and what's in that? That, for example, I'm saving the speech for the hereafter rewards. I'm giving someone nasiha, advice, tabligh, propagating deen, speaking good, preventing bad. So this is all for the akhirah. So that's also jais, and that doesn't come under the banner of you have to stay silent. You have to stay silent. So this isn't the meaning that you're stood at home, you're sat at home, or you're speaking to someone, oh, I'm silent, I'm not talking to you because I want forgiveness. No. Or you're at workplace, or at your shop, and you say, no, I'm staying silent. The customer says, I need to buy these things. You say, no, be quiet. This is not the meaning of silence. So when it's for the benefit of akhirah or dunya work, no silence. So what is the Prophet saying you have to observe silence? That silence where there's no benefit in the world or the akhirah, and you keep on moving your tongue for the sake of it. This is called speaking wasteful talk. Wasteful talk, no benefit for you living the life in this world, nor is it benefiting you this speech for the akhirah hereafter, but you keep on talking, chatting, speaking, wasting time, other people's time, that when I die I can succeed at the time of death. So Allah's Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't just reply to him, he told the whole ummah, the whole nation of Islam. And this is the cure for bringing about silence, the whole cure, the whole solution for observing silence with the tongue. Rasulullah said, okay, listen to my final nasiyah, that your salvation will occur, and whoever does amal on this, he will gain salvation as well. So brothers, will we do this? Make promise. What is that amal? What is that deed? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Mu'adh ibn Jabal, do one action. Subhanallah. That when you are leaving this world, in other words, until death, from now, this action of yours should be so sturdy, solid, regular, that when you're departing from this world, your tongue should be moist with the dhikr of Allah, with Allah's name, Subhanallah. Say Subhanallah. So this is the dhikr of Allah, the remembrance of Allah. Mufassirin, commentators have written that this is such a great advice that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave to Mu'adh bin Jabal, that the dhikr of Allah, when a person does it regularly, then the first effect is on what? Is his tongue starts to get purified. He does dhikr of Allah, he stops swearing, and silly rubbish talk goes out of his life. He puts the padlocks on his tongue, shame and haya, modesty comes into his life.